గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
డౌన్లోడ్ ఆహా.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్ట్లు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TVAsiaTELUGU.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
డౌన్లోడ్ ఆహా.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్ట్లు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TVAsiaTELUGU.
ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello, happy new year and welcome back to our talk show with experts. మనతో ఉన్నారు మన expert Rahul Reddy garu. He's an expert on immigration. Rahul garu, thank you so much for being on the show today, Andy.
Thank you for inviting Nutana Samasa Sumarkankshala for everybody.
Thanks, Andy. And what a way to begin the new year, sir, than to talk about the future of immigration. Our program has been supported by the AHA OTT platform and watch us on YouTube, Yup TV, Facebook, Sling TV and World BBTV. And let's get to the topic for today, Andy, the future of immigration. All right. I'm hoping it's a great topic and what is to be expected from immigration. I'm really crossing my fingers and saying I really hope it's a bright topic, but what Rahul Garu is expected from immigration?
A lot of people say always bring in bad news, which actually is not true though. The only thing is news. That there's a difference. Yeah. So let's try to recap what happened in 2022 though.
Yes.
So let's see some of the things that happened in 2022. It was a very good year actually though, We are disappointed that the dates did not move, but we got 280,000 green cards. Out of those things, 90,000 green cards came to Indian nationals in 2022. Record number. Never in the history of immigration, 90,000 Indians got the green card in the entire history. Never happened. So that's a good news that we had. And also we had this 540-day EAD extension for the people who are in adjustment of status. We have 540-day extension for the people who are in the adjustment of status EAD when you file the EAD extension. We also have a lot of interview waivers, Dropbox things in India that happen. The H-1B denial rating has gone down significantly lower than what it was previously. And also, Nitya Garu, what you don't understand is between 2017 and 2020, though, we used to get H-1B approvals for 3 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 12 months. Most of the H-1Bs, especially for the consulting companies, used to come for only 12 months. But in 2022, though, I don't think so. I've seen any 12 months, except in cases where the people are not eligible for the 3 years. For example, if they have a labor pending, I-140 not approved, they're only entitled for only 1 year extension. But if their I-140 is approved, they are eligible for the 3 years extension. So we got those 3 years extension. RFEs have gone down significantly in 2022. Things have turned very good in the administration in 2022. Now, what's going to happen in 2023? First thing is that we have seen that already through 2023, financially it starts from October 1st. We have seen the dates go back for EB2. We have seen the date go back in EB3. We have no possibility at this point of time to get any good legislation coming in our favor because January 3rd is a day when the new Congress comes in. So doesn't look to be any likely that we're going to get any good news for the legislation. The other good news is we still have 60,000 extra green cards available for employment based, but when it comes to the Indian nationals, we may not get those, a good number of them. We do get 7% of them, but not to get more than that is going to be tough. We do expect EB1 priority dates have moved back. Now it's very rarely in the history EB1 dates go back for Indian nationals. So that's not a good news. However, one thing I'm more hopeful at this point of time, even though I have given up on the Eagle Act, legislation is given up, is this administration is quite different than Trump administration. And this guy's, Biden is quite different than Obama and Bush and Clinton. For Clinton, the legislations were getting passed. Your Atlanta guy, congressman who was the speaker at that point of time, had joined hands, who's the from Republican Party. He joined hands with Clinton and passed all the legislation at that point of time. After Clinton, though, we never see any legislation getting passed, especially when the Congress is divided with the president, though. So from Bush onwards, later on, our first 2 years, the legislation passed. Afterwards, nothing got passed. And the same thing continued forever, though. Now, Biden, who has been in the Senate for a lot of time, he was been in the Senate for like, I think, 30 years or something like that. So he has observed it. Yeah, he's a career politician. He knows what to expect from the Congress. So
Right.
I don't think so that he will still think so that the Congress will pass any legislation.
Okay.
He might take a very drastic action in the immigration though.
Okay.
Have we seen the signs of him already taking those things? Yes, we did.
Mhm.
From the time he came to power to right now, when he came to power, there are 480,000 people eligible for temporary protected status. What is typically for normal people to understand is, for example, there is a lot of earthquake damage that happened in Nepal, right? So at that point of time, the administration has thought that to tell the people to go out, okay, to the earthquake-ridden country, they have given an employment authorization for the Nepalese people who are here. That means that they get an EAD and they can stay here for, as long as the EAD get extended.
Okay.
So the eligibility at the time when the administration came in was maybe about 500,000 people were eligible. Now, not just Nepalese, but, there are Nicaragua, other countries that are eligible for. But when Biden administration came in, he expanded the eligibility to a lot more countries, to a lot more people who came in, okay? And he gave a provision to almost like 1 million people. So he doubled the amount of people who are eligible for the employment authorization, though. So those things he did it without going to the Congress.
Right. That's true.
So there are certain steps where the administration can take without going to the Congress. So that's what we are going to propose at this point of time. Is two main things that we have. One thing is that without going to the Congress, the administration can stop counting the family members for the green card. Though we've been advocating that before. Since the Eagle Act was coming into the picture, then we backed off a little bit, and then again, it's going to be from January 3rd onwards, we're going to go back to not count the family members. Hey, otherwise, it's going to take, for the people who are going to apply for right now are going to take 80, 100 years for them to get it if they're alive. Some people will be. Most of the people will not be. So they need to change that. So if they stop counting the family members, that's going to be
correct me
good.
if I'm wrong, there is no actual written rule that you have to count the family members. Is that right?
No. There is no rule that says that you have to count the family member. But there is no rule that says that you don't count the family member either.
Don't count the family
So that
member.
that leaves a discretion to the administration to interpret it their way. If the Congress clearly says that don't count the family members, then the administration doesn't have an opportunity. They cannot count it. If they say count them, then they have to count them. When it leaves it open, it's up to the administration to interpret it whichever way, though.
So has
So
there
now,
been historically, administrations that have counted them and have not counted them? Actually?
no, historically, they were always been counted, though.
Okay.
They're always been counted. But just because historically they have been counted doesn't mean that this administration should count.
Continue doing
Because
that,
if the Congress doesn't want to count the family member, they should have told. So the administration can interpret that way, saying that, hey, the Congress, if they still want to do it, they can still pass a legislation saying count the family members. They can still do that thing.
Yeah.
So we have a window of opportunity there. And then we have approximately around 300 to 400,000 unused green cards from 1992 to right now. They wasted it. Initially, they wasted it because initially the law was that no country can get more than 7%. Okay.
Correct.
Then somewhere in 2001, 2002, I remember they changed the legislation. Instead of throwing the green cards out, we will give to the countries who are oversubscribed. So they still wasted approximately 300,000 plus green cards. So if they're going to add those things into this one, then we are good enough. Things will be much better. That's the only hope that I have at this point of time for extending it. That's the only thing. And maybe they can expand the compelling circumstances EAD. I know we discussed this previously that if the people lose the jobs, though, you can get if you have an I-140 approval, you can get an EAD. Though. However, the only problem with that EAD is the EAD is only valid for 1 year, and you have to keep on extending it every year, which takes a lot of time to extend it, and every time you have to make an argument. But they can make that compelling circumstances EAD for 3 years or maybe 5 years.
Right.
Okay. 3 years probably would be an advice I would do at this point of time, compelling circumstances EAD, where people who lose a job instead of going to their country, if their I-140 is approved, and if they have compelling circumstances, they should get an EAD for 3 years. These are the things I have, but now our team is going to sit down because we're focusing on Congress passing the EAGLE Act, and we'll come up with the new ideas. Probably next week I'll come up with an ideas because still new Congress is not there.
Right. So right now is a limbo situation. But on that note, Rahul Garu, is there anything else that you'd like to add to, what to expect in this year?
Still, you have to keep on writing letters that we are proposing, and you need to keep on fighting those things. That's what I advise people. Don't give up the hope. I don't want to have the people coming into United States should be, I want them to be still explorative. I want them to contribute to this economy. I want them to become like Elon Musk, or I want them to become like the Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, or Google CEO. I want them to have that method. I don't want them to live in the fear like the way people in immigrants live in the Middle East. They don't become like that. They don't have the capability because they've been treated as a third-class citizens there. I don't want our people or any people who have the skill sets should be treated any lesser than. They should be given a full opportunity to explore and become what they want to be in United States. So I don't want them to live in the fear. I still want them to write the letters. I want the people who are coming in to be whatever they want to do, whatever they want to achieve, should be given an opportunity to achieve for them.
Right. Great, Nani. Great. Thank you so much for that. And on that note, let's take our first caller for the day. All right. Happy New Year, Andy. Caller for the day, number ending in 8692. 8692. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you now, but I think you've pressed mute. So please press *6 to unmute your line.
Can you hear me now, ma'am?
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
Can
Can
you
you
hear me
reduce
now,
the
ma'am?
volume of your television, please?
Yes, ma'am. 1 second. Hello?
Sure. Hello?
Yeah, is that better? Is that better?
Awesome. Please go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you now. Loud and clear.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you as well, ma'am and sir.
Happy New Year.
I just have a question. My priority date is May 2010, and I applied for 485 in October of 2021, and then prior to that, in September 2021, I had the EB3 approved. And so the petition first went to the NBC, and then they gave me the biometrics appointment, so which was completed in December of 2021, and then soon after completing the biometrics, they transferred the case to Nebraska. So the case was transferred to Nebraska in December 2021. It stayed there without any movement for 1 full year, and now in December of 2022, they transferred it back to NBC. And so the petition first went to the NBC, and then
give me 1 second.
Then they gave me the biometrics appointment, so which was completed in December of 2021, and then soon after completing the biometrics, they.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, just mute yourself
hold
for a
on
minute,
for a second,
sir.
guys.
Let her finish, okay? Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
I'm not sure what's going on, actually.
Ma'am,
Go ahead, ma'am.
we can hear your thing. So it's pending from December 2021. It's been transferred to NBC, you said, is right?
Hello?
We can hear you, ma'am.
Go ahead, please.
Well, I hope she will hear the recording in the YouTube, though. Nitya Garu, what's going on with her is that she filed a 485 in 2020, and prior to it is current all along under EB2, under EB3. What she should do is called writ of mandamus. That's what she's supposed to bring, though. because it's been more than 2 years that she filed the 485 application. The final action date is current for her because she said to me that her priority date is May 2010. She should file a writ of mandamus. That's the case that she need to file. And if she wants to, she can contact the litigation lawyer. Our office has also a lawyer by name Stephen Brown. She can contact. Because that's too long of a time. When you file a writ of mandamus, though, the USCIS will be forced to adjudicate the application soon. They typically adjudicate the case in 60 days, not guaranteed, but typically in 60 days, though. We'll go to the next person, Andy.
Thank you, Andy. All right, I have a question for you before we take our next caller, Rahul Garu. This is from Venkatnath Mudumbi. Says, I have received my GC last week, but my 765 and my 765 were also approved. And then it changed status to case reopened.
The 765.
Yeah. So
that's fine. He can ignore it.
Can I ignore it?
He can ignore it. If the case is reopened for the green card, he should be worried. But if the EAD is been approved after the green card is approved, that's a mistake that they did. So when they did the motion to when they did the reopening of the case, the service did it by themselves so that they can deny that EAD, which is good. He can ignore it. He's in a perfect place. He's good.
Okay. Awesome. And another question for you. This is from Wesley Sundar Singh. Says, when exactly is a visa number assigned to a 485? Is it at the time of the NBC transfer or at the time of 485 approval?
99 or 98% of the time, it will be at the time of the 485 approval. There are some circumstances where if the officer feels everything is good, though, without approving the green card, though, they can assign the visa number. But that happens only at 2% of the time.
Got it. Okay. All right. Thanks, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Folks, let's take our next caller, please.
Yes, I was on the call before.
Oh, yes.
Do you want me to repeat the whole thing again?
No,
or,
ma'am. I got the point, ma'am. My message to you is that you need to file a writ of mandamus with Federal Court of United States, ma'am. That is the best solution for you, though, because you've been waiting for the green card for over a decade now.
Yeah. No, I just had another question. So they did transfer it to NBC in December. So I was kind of encouraged by that movement. But and then this was on 14th of December, and then 3 days later, they said that we have applied your biometrics to your case, 485 case, and the status that the fingerprints were taken.
I still will file a writ of mandamus, ma'am. I will not wait for you if I were you.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to come to these shows.
Okay.
I don't want to come to these shows coming up 1 month later. I don't want to see Rahul Reddy or Nitya next month. Okay?
Okay.
That's what I would do, ma'am.
That's all, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. All right. Let's take our next caller, please. All right. Caller with number ending in 0307. 0307. We're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 0307. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, sir. So please press star 600 to unmute your line. Please press star 6 to unmute your line. Caller with number ending in 0307. Hello?
Hello. Hi, ma'am.
Hello, sir.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, sir.
Hi, ma'am.
Go ahead, sir.
Happy
We
New Year.
can hear
Hi,
you.
sir. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. My name is 𝐒𝐔𝐓𝐲𝐼. I would like to report fraud consultancies here in United States. So can I have more details? How can I report them?
There is a fraud reporting email on the USCIS website. You can actually go to rnlawgroup.com and search fraud reporting, and you will find an email address, though. And when you want to report the fraud on these companies, though, don't give a vague description, though. Give them specific details of it. When, how, if possible, dates, information. Give them very detailed information. Okay? Just don't say that this consultancy is fraud, so please investigate. No, they are not going to do that. Tell them what exactly they did. Did they took the money for it? Did they file the in-house projects which are fake? Did they fake the end client letters? Give them did they file the duplicate H-1Bs when they do not have the job? For example, if you know some of those things, they file the duplicate H-1Bs for different people though. Give them the details. And if you know the name of the employees and all those things, give it to them. Okay?
Okay.
Any other questions?
And send it to that
so
email
is
address.
there any-
Send it that email address only.
Okay.
Okay?
Is there any
Okay then.
other way to report directly in person?
That's in person, I don't know. I do not recommend that you do in-person reporting. But they may recommend, if it's necessary, they may call you. But there is nothing called where you can make an appointment and meet with an official to. If your email is serious though, and then if you want to meet with in person and discuss with them, they may be interested in discussing with you. It would be better if you communicate with them in email, okay? We'll go to the next person.
All right. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
thank
Thank you so much for calling, Andy. So Rahul Garu, I remember this one company that was making fake end client letters and had literally the FBI descend on them on a one fine day because they did the stats and then they found that they were approving way more H-1Bs than were employed with companies like, Cisco or Microsoft or Google for that matter.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately, the victims happens to be mostly the employees though. What happened with this is that these fraudulent companies, they file H-1Bs even if they don't have a job.
Right.
And they take the money from these individuals. These employees, they say that, oh, I need to file with multiple employers to get my chance. This is my last chance for filing an H-1B. They come up with all excuses and go with these employees. And they approve the H-1B and then they strike these people. These people may actually escape to India. They're not there. So now this person's H-1B will be revoked. His future is completely gone. Every week we get one or two people. Unfortunately, I would like to have that guy speak right in the TV and explain all the things. But of course, their life is at stake. They don't want to discuss anything on the YouTube. Otherwise, I would put them on this YouTube.
Yeah, but I'm glad at least one of our viewers came forward today asking for details on how to report this company. So,
And one caution I would tell people of reporting fraud though. If they owe you the money though, don't directly report the fraud. The reason is that you may not get the money. If they owe you the money though, the first thing that I want you to do is there is something called WH4 form. You can go to Department of Labor WH4 form. And this WH4 is if you were an H-1B and your employer owes you the money, this WH4 form works better. Because if you threaten your employer saying, hey, give me my money, he won't give it to you. Of course, he gives it, you're good. If he doesn't give it, then the best thing is that I'm going to send this WH4 form to the Department of Labor.
Okay.
And if you give me the money, I will not send. So first you get the money and then you go and complain to the fraud department. That's a better thing. Because I want your money first.
All right. Thank you, sir. Okay, let's take our next caller.
Of course, he gives it, you're good.
All right. Caller with number ending in 6610. 6610, we're ready for you now. Hello? Hello? Caller with number ending in 6610. Please press *6 to unmute your line. *6.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Nitya, Rahul, and everybody
sir.
here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks much for all your help. My name is Ragesh, and I am a November 2020 downgrader and refiled in June 2022. My priority date is January 2013 and retrogressed. But I got a RFE yesterday from Santa Ana Service Center, non-local field office. It says my EB2 AOS is pending and immigrant visa is not available. However, it says I have an approved EB3 140 and an immigrant visa and immediately available. And USCIS has determined that I may be eligible if I decided to transfer my pending 485 to visa available petition, and hence USCIS requires a return statement from me. So my question is, my PD is not even current, even in EB3. how would it be possible that I have a visa available at this time? Also, the visa is
Well,
available. Can I request them to use my existing pending EB3 instead of TUB?
Let's first agree on the thing whether or not your prior date is current, which it's universal truth that June 2013 is not final action date is not current either in EB2 and EB3. So we agree on that. Is there a Jan? Okay, sorry.
Jan.
Is there a possibility that you ever filed with any other laborer I-140 with any different company previously?
No, just same company.
So
Both
you
EB2
never
and EB3 same company.
But did you ever file any other labor certification previous to this company at any time?
No.
Okay,
I've been in
would
the same
do
company
one.
since 15 years.
Yeah, but before that, were you with any other company?
No.
That's a question, not with this. Okay, so yeah, I would just use the TUB letter to convert into EB3 because EB3 is moving a little bit forward. Maybe they're expecting January 2013 to become current by October 1st. I don't know, but try saying that use the EB3. That's better for you right now.
Okay, would it be? Do you think it could be an error on their side? Is that something that is has been possible also?
Yeah, it is. It is very likely 99% of the possibility it's an error. Okay.
Okay. The other question is since when I'm responding to this RFC, can I tell them that I actually have a parallel EB3 AOS pending also, and then to use that instead of a TUB, just so that I can be in both the lines in the future?
It's up to you though. This officer is very aggressive. He wants to give you the green card as fast as possible. I don't know where the EB3 is lurking anywhere. So it's a strategic decision. If you want to say to that guy, hey, look, I only want to use EB2 for this one. It's a strategic decision. If I were you, I would request to transfer on a line basis. But hey, that's just a strategic decision. There's no right and wrong in this one.
Right.
We'll go to the next question.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. All right. I have a question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Zorawar S. Says, can I travel with an existing H-1B stamping that is valid for another 3 months and a newly approved I-797?
Absolutely, he can. Even though the previous H-1B stamping is with a different company, and now you are working for a different company, you can travel on the old company's H-1B passport stamping, but when you come back into United States, you show them the H-1B with the previous company, Company A. Tell the CBP officer you are going to be working with Company B and show them the I-797 of the Company B. And tell them to give an I-94 until the Company B's H-1B approval. And as soon as you enter into the country though, look at the online I-94 to check to see if your I-94 is reflected based on the Company B, which is expiring probably in 2-3 years, somewhere around that time, or is it expiring in 3 months? If the I-94 is expiring within 3 months, that means the CBP officer has written error, something bad happened, you can fix it, but you need to contact an immigration lawyer immediately, not after the I-94 expires.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Another question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Sanjeev Kumar Gadamsetti. Says, primary applicant got the green card. How do we expedite the dependence card? Is there a process for this?
There is no process. You can have a congressional inquiry or you can have a service request. I'm assuming that the priority date is still current. If the priority date is still current, you should go with the congressional inquiry or go with the service request, or writ of mandamus is another thing that you need to look into. Filing the court action is one of the other things that you need to look into. But for all these things though, the priority date has to be still current. If the priority date is not current, there is no expedite. Your spouse cannot get the green card. They have to wait until the date becomes current.
Even though the primary has gotten the green card?
You're right. So if the priority date is 2014, some of the people have got the green card. The dependents didn't get the green card though. There is an alternative thing called F2A family-based second application. They can file that.
Okay.
But if the 2014 is not current right now, so they can't get the green card.
Oh no.
Yeah, this happened a lot. This happens a lot.
Oh my God. Okay. That is just like...
And the dependent may sometimes have to wait for decades. Who knows when the 2014 is going to be current, is right, Nitya Garu? We never know.
His priority date is current. He just sent an update. Says the
His priority date is current, then he should do what the 3 steps, one of the 3 steps that I tell him to do. Okay?
Got it. Okay. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's take another question. This is from DP. Says, when returning to US on advance parole and working on EAD with a new employer, is it required to have the new employer file our 485J before returning to the US?
No, not required. Absolutely not required. 485J, it's not like a mandatory thing that if you don't file it, it's something is going to be disastrous for you. You can file it when the RFE comes in. You can file it when you go for the interview. These are the two times you have to file. But there is no need for your company the company B that you're working with, where company A has filed a 485 application. No, the company B doesn't have to file a 485J supplement for you to start working on EAD. Absolutely not needed.
Okay, great. All right, let's take our next caller, Randy. Okay, caller with number ending in 6968. 6968, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sir?
Hello, my name is Harish. Namaskaram Nitya Garu, Namaskaram Rahul Reddy. Rahul Reddy Garu. Very happy New Year to you guys. And to all of the people on the call.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Thank you
I have a question.
Yeah.
So my question is that నాకు మా వైఫ్ కి GCEADs వచ్చేసాయి and so my wife కేమో జాబ్ వచ్చింది and she wants to use GCEAD because GCEAD ఉంది కాబట్టి can she go ahead and use? నేనేమో I want to be on H1B. I don't want to.
I used it.
Hello?
When I was in your wife position, I did use it. I became an immigration lawyer too on the dependent EAD.
EAD.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Thank you, sir. And one more
question. Yeah, go ahead.
And the second question is that so my 180-day rule for that, my client offered me a job and my 180 days gets over on March 1st. So can I after that move into that company? Using GCEAD?
Absolutely. Let me ask you one thing. Is your I-140 approved? Just checking.
I-140 is approved. I-140 is approved.
I don't see any problem in you moving to the direct client after 180 days. As far as immigration is concerned, I don't see anything. The job is still the same anyway. So there's not much job different. Yeah. It's a most safest thing. The only time I have noticed where the people have changed the companies that got the 485 denied because they have changed the company is only one time. This guy has applied for a liquor license in Dallas, Texas, saying that the only job he does is a restaurant manager, and the USCIS issued an RFE is restaurant manager related job to the software profession. We were unsuccessful.
Okay. I don't think anybody would have been successful in that situation.
Well, sometimes you have to try.
Yeah, but we can do it as a second job.
You're right. Second job you can do. Primary job has to be in the same profession. Yeah, second job can be Uber driver also.
Cool. And no, that's it. I don't see any. Obviously, there is no. I don't know when my priority date is going to be current, but it's okay. Mine is May 2014.
Why are you staying on H1B and not moving on to your EAD?
No, he's actually waiting until 180 days. He's planning to move after 180 days.
After 180 days? Okay, okay, got it. All right, all the very best, sir.
Thank
you so much for calling in. Okay, bye. All right, question for Rahul Garu. This is from Parag Pandya 34. Says, my mom stayed 20 days more than 1 year on her B2 visa. Her application for 539 is still pending. Do I need to do anything or be worried about anything?
She left the country, I'm assuming.
Yes, he said stayed, so yeah, I think.
Yeah. So one problem is that the B2 extension is only for 1 year. So 6 months of initial stay plus 6 months. So it's only 1 year. She said
Yeah.
6 days. So that's beyond the permission that they requested. So she has to go and request for the visa stamping again before she comes into United States, because she stayed 6 days overstay. That's a problem.
20
Once
days.
you overstay for one single day, the passport visa becomes invalid. It does not be valid anymore. If somebody has a 10-year multiple entry visa and they come here, and let's say they've been given permission for 6 months, they say they don't apply any extension or they stay for 2 days over, boom, they are gone. They are gone.
Oh my God.
They have to go and apply for the visa stamping again. That's the reason I want to be very careful. And people will say, I will book the ticket on the last day for I-94. No, what if the flight gets canceled? You want to deal with us?
Anything can happen, yeah.
Yeah, just book 2 or 3 days before. That's much better.
God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay. When I think of it itself, I'm like getting, high BP, tension, all that is happening. So
It's, Nityagar, what happens is that when you try to play around the fire, they always say, one day you will get a fire. So if you are a little bit safer, play a little bit safer, you'll be much better. Just the difference of booking the ticket 5 days in advance or on the last day of the counting that last day. How do you count the last day? I'm just conservative. I'll just put, I count differently. I don't want to play it edge of an eye because I never know when I'm going to get strike.
that is
So especially, when start date, 9/30th, 2020. The next start date, I'll put 9/30th. I don't put October 1st. I don't mind my client losing 1 day rather than having any trouble with immigration.
Got it. Okay. And there's a question from Hari Krishna Vunguturi. Says, me and my daughter got the GC a few months back, but my wife got EAD in advance parole. My EB2 priority date is December of 2013. Is it a good idea if I apply for my family-based GC for my wife? Please suggest.
Absolutely. You should file the family-based as a backup plan because you got the green card. You don't know how long it's going to take for your wife to get the priority date current. You said December 2013. Could it be 1 month? Could it be 1 year? Could it be 20 years? You don't want to come to this TV Asia show for the next 20 years. I would like to get away from it, file the F2A. F2A is mostly current. Then you're going to get the green card though. Now, here is one of the problem with the F2A also, Nityagaru, is that if they are in H1B status, you can file a 485 though. That's one minus point here. If they are in H4 though, once this guy gets a green card, the H4 is gone. And you cannot file a adjustment of status from adjustment of status. So what I recommend is to file a consular processing. The only problem is they will have to travel to Bombay once to get the green card. Now, they don't have to travel right now. They can still use the EAD. They can still use the advance parole. They can still work in United States, stay in United States. To get the eventual green card, they just have to go there and say that this guy is my husband. We are happily living, and then show it and get the green card, which is not a big deal, but I would recommend that guy. Now, if the priority date becomes current to 2013, let's say, for example, he will still be entitled to get the green card in the employment base. Just because you file a F2A doesn't invalidate the employment-based immigration. You can continue in both the things.
Got it. His second part to his question is that if he does apply for the GC in the family-based category, he's asking if there is going to be any issue for her existing EAD.
None, zero, zip. She can continue working on the EAD. She can extend the EAD as long as the wife in the employment-based and the F2A wife is the same.
Okay. Okay.
If by any chance it's different, you're in trouble and she's in trouble. Just joking.
That's funny. All right. Rahul Garu is on a roll today, huh? New Year's Josh happening. All right. Question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Sai. Says my priority date EB2 April 2012. straightforward filing, November 22. Is it worth to do the downgrade to EB3 in this fiscal year of 2023, or just wait in the EB2 line?
I would, 1 second, I'm just trying to pull out it's better to downgrade it. You may use it, you may not use it. If the priority date becomes current in EB3, you may use it. If the priority date doesn't become current, and what did he say his priority date is now?
His priority date is April of 2012.
April of 2012. Oh no, his final action dates are current in EB3. I don't know what he is waiting for. I'm not going to wait until EB3 to become current though. I'm going to file a EB3 in premium processing. I mean, I will file in regular processing, convert it to premium processing.
Okay.
And even for those people whose final action date is not current in EB3, if they are in adjustment of status, so if they don't have an EB3, I will have them file a I-140 application, make it ready. Because when the dates become current though, you don't want to waste the time like this gentleman is doing though.
Right.
I would have it ready. And if by any chance EB2 moves forward and I get the green card, that's okay. It's going to cost approximately $2,000. And if it's a premium processing, it's going to cost a lot more. But it's worth it. It's worth the investment, guys. Believe me.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I would, and this money can be paid by it's allowed to be paid by the employee. So if the employer allows to pay, you should be able to pay and you should be able to get the benefit. Yes. I would keep it ready. I mean, these are the good investments that I will do.
Okay, so I go yesterday and then get it done. So he says the employer is not willing to downgrade.
Well, then
can they do it on their own?
No, you need to see, when you lose a ring, just because you have a light here at TV Asia, you can't search here. You still need to search with your employer. No, you cannot do your own unless you change the employer and all those things. Now, is it worth changing the employer? That part is a little bit gambling here. But no, if your employer is not willing to do it, there is nothing you can do about it.
But I think you're suggesting to the employer that they can bear the expenses, I think is a great idea, sir.
Right. They can bear the expenditure. Yeah. And in I-140 and 485 application, the employer is, employees can bear the expenditure. Yes.
Right. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Okay. Caller with number ending in 8740. 8740. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hey, hi. Hello. Able to hear me?
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. This is Ravi speaking. I have one question related to my H1. My I-140 approved in 2017, and my previous extension for the H1 was till August 2021. We applied the extension in premium. We got the approval notice, and even for H4 EAD and H4 approvals, all the approvals is completed. They are all approved. But after a few days, what happened when I checked my H1, instead of I-797A copy, they sent I-797B. Could you please suggest what can be done in this case?
You said the H4 is approved, is that right?
Yes, yes, sir. H4 is approved. H4 approved. Her EAD is approved. My H1 also approved.
Yeah.
With the physical copy, which
no. You told me I-797B. I got the point. I only asked the question whether the H4 is approved, though, because technically, if there is any fault in your H1B maintaining the status, though, okay. If they only approve the extension, not your status, though, they should not have approved your wife's H4, though. Do you see the point there?
Okay.
So technically, it seems that USCIS did an error, though, because sometimes where I get a feeling that maybe you did not provide the pay stubs, maybe there was an RFE, maybe the guys picked a console processing. I don't know if that could happen. But in this case, though, it seems that it's a clear error by the USCIS because they cannot approve you for the status and approve your wife. That cannot happen.
Okay.
So it should be corrected here. Okay, you should contact your lawyer to correct it. I would file an amendment to correct it in premium processing. You got it?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
That will be really helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. I have a question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from Harita Kanchibotla. She says, many people are stuck in this backlog issue. We've been calling, tweeting, and pushing people to participate in the advocacy. What are the chances that this administration is going to help us?
Well, they've been helping immigrants in general, though. We have seen much difference of tone between the Trump administration and the Biden administration. Tweeting, I don't know if that works, though. We tend to tell people to write letters to the congressman. We tend to tell people to write letters to the congressman. We don't want, who looks into the tweets, though? I don't know. Has anybody, the tweet works very good in the Middle Eastern countries, though. I mean, we call them as tweet countries because there's no form of expression there. You write a letter, you put the name, they'll come to your home and arrest you there. Fortunately, we are not in the Middle East. So please write letters, give your name, and you need to write letters to the local congressman where you are at. You need to write a letter to the local senator where you are at. You need to give your address to them. You need to give their income to them. You need to give that you are living in their constitution. You are contributing the taxes to that particular constituency where you are. And you need to tell them, customize them. And we have given the drafts to those things, though. We advise. This administration is willing to help. We have noticed it, as I pointed out before. They have used up the 280,000 green cards. They have done a lot of different things. They have increased the EAD numbers to the temporary protection people. H-1Bs are getting approved for 3 years instead of 1 year. They are getting the 540 days extension. They have been helping us. But what we need to focus them is to try to point out where to help them. Remember, Nitya Garu, at one point of time, we were thinking that so many green cards will be wasted. What happened? We did. We are one of the pioneers of that. We wrote those letters. We have everybody. Yes. We put a condition on everybody that if you want to speak with us, you need to write those letters.
Write those letters.
And golly, there are so many letters that wrote. Now, yes, sometimes the things may misfire. If you recall that, there used to be Charlie Opelman, is this Department of State person, needs to have, and we want them to focus on the employment based and give us the 280,000 green cards. So he got overwhelmed with those emails. He stopped this. From that point of time, the Department of stopped doing the live shows. It happened, and eventually we got the green cards. So we got all the 280,000 green cards. So yes, people curse me to have that email drafted. In fact, the State Department in their video show has cursed us to draft those kind of letters. But it doesn't matter. That guy resigned right now after that incident. And we achieved our things, 280,000 green cards. Not resigned. He resigned. Yeah, he resigned actually. And we got the 280,000 green cards. We achieved our things. So we are giving the drafts to those things. Please use those things. We are effective. Those letters were effective.
When you see discomfort in a lot of places, that means you're doing something right,
Yeah. They commented negative about our TV channel. They commented negative about the drafts that we have provided. Well, it doesn't matter. We got the 280,000 green cards.
Got it.
Yeah, we got it.
Not on them. Compulsory.
Not only that we got the 280,000 green cards, they finished it by September 6th, not by September 30th. So for 24 days, there were no green cards available for the entire world. That's how they finished it. So yes, we should try to. But at this point of time, I would request people to focus on the administration more. So we have put 2 letters, one to the congressman to pass the Eagle Act, which I would, if you have time, write 2 letters. If you don't have time, go with 1 letter. That is to the administration. We have given different email addresses there. Get to the administration to not count the family members and to, that would be the best thing for you right now. But we're going to redraft it because as the things are developing, we're going to redraft it in about 2 weeks. So more aggressive things will be coming in. Please watch it. Watch TV Asia.
Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. All right, caller number ending in 8180. 8180, we're ready for you. Hello?
Hi, Rahul. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, my wife got the GC in EB2, priority date August 2014, and I got the EAD and advanced payroll. So what are my options from here? Should I file in consular processing?
Do you have a H-1B or you gave up on the EAD?
H4 EAD. And I got
Okay,
the advanced
GC EAD. So you definitely are not an H-1B. I would strongly recommend you to file the F2A green card in the family base with the consular processing. Be prepared to make a trip to Mumbai, okay? Because I don't know when the priority date is going to be current for you in EB2. Whether it's going to be before you die or after you die, I don't know. Sorry to say that, but I don't know. So I would recommend to file a F2A, because I know that if you file an F2A between 1.5 to 2.5 years, you will get the green card 99% of the time.
Okay, so if I file in F2A category, can I still travel on my advanced payroll to India multiple times before I get a green card in F2A?
I shall do a joke. If your wife has filed you F2A for you and the same husband is there in the employment based, no problem. I'm just joking on you guys. Okay? No problem. Absolutely no problem. Absolutely no problem. Okay? You will have no problem in traveling because your employment-based immigration is not going anywhere by filing the F2A. That is a separate application though. She told previously, this is my husband. I got an employment-based I-140. I've been working with whatever the company she worked with, even if she doesn't have to work with the same company, everything remains fine. Our green card is good. You're going to eventually get the green card to that. That eventual, we don't know how long it is. F2A, she is telling that the same husband there is the husband. I want this guy to go to Bombay and get the green card. Nothing wrong. You can travel in advance parole. You can use the EAD. You can do multiple jobs. You can sit at home if you want to. Everything is fine.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rahul.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy.
Hey,
all right.
Just excuse me about the joke, guys. I just
No, it's all cool, sir, Andy. It looks like one of our viewers has hit the advance parole lottery on Jan 1st. Viewer Kumar K says, I received my paper-based advance parole and it doesn't have any expiry date. Should I contact USCIS?
Yes, he should contact the USCIS. I'm a bit scared on using that kind of advance parole because we are noticing these, unfortunately, the paper-based advance paroles, we are noticing only for 1 year instead of 2 years because they said EAD is for 2 years, but they didn't say advance parole is for 2 years. I would want him to contact the USCIS. He may have to resend that one to the USCIS saying, hey, there's no expiry date. But before sending it, he should look everything in a, what do you call it? With a big magnifying glass to make sure that there is an expiry date. Okay.
Wow. And here I was thinking he's hit the lottery on advance parole documents and he does never have to, renew it.
No. Unfortunately, no, that's not a lottery. That's the other way around.
Oh my God. Sorry, dude. I was always this close to saying, dude, But, okay, question from Raj N says, if I shift to 485 EAD to work with the new employer and my old employer revokes the I-140, does my new employer need to file a 140 again?
No. Simple one-line answer. No. At the most, though, your employer will be forced to file a 485J supplement. Since you're in adjustment of status, if you're once you leave the employer, we are already assuming that your old employer will withdraw the I-140 application. It will have no negative impact, none whatsoever at all on your 485, as long as you left the company after 180 days. That 180 days is the mark. No, they do not have to file an I-140. They may have to file a 485J supplement, which does not require a perm application, which takes only 2 days for a lawyer to complete it. I'm a lazy lawyer, I don't take it 2 hours. I can do 2 hours too, to file the 485J supplement. That's all it is. And no filing fees for the 485J supplement. Nothing is required.
Oh, no, that's excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Question for you, Rahul Garu. This is from DP. Says, what employment related documents one would require to carry when working on the GCEAD?
Carry where? You just need to show it EAD card to the employer to update the I-9 form. That's it. You don't have to provide anything else. Your driving license and your EAD card and your social security card. That's it. Nothing else. You don't have to carry them. However, though, whenever you travel outside the country, if you have an advance parole and check the EAD, you need to carry the advance parole card to come back into the United States. That's all. But you don't have to carry everywhere, but just show and give it to the employer to take it back. Okay? Don't give it to him for him to keep it.
All right. Thank you, Rahul Garu. Thank you so much. And for all the folks who are watching, unfortunately, we are all out of time today. I know a lot of people are waiting for you on the live chat as well as our callers. But, you know, today is the start of New Year's and we still have to enjoy our happy holidays before school starts. And so everybody is back on the job. So for all of you who are watching, happy New Year, Andy. I hope all immigration issues get resolved this year and everybody gets green cards and all the bad juju goes away and we all get what we this one. Inundate them with letters and let's keep the war raging, you know, so the immigration war raging so that we get everything that we need. And Rahul Garu has to get his mansion this year, the one in the background.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, Tegara.
Yes, wishing you all a happy New Year. Rahul Garu, thank you so much for being on the show today, Andy.
Thank you, everybody.
Really is special for us because you're here on Jan 1st and you're working, so that really shows how dedicated you are. And to all our viewers, thank you so much. We will see you same time, same place next week, Andy. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సరదాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
Download AHA now.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అబ్బురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు. మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TV Asia Telugu.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
Download AHA now.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి ఫస్ట్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TV Asia Telugu.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
Download AHA now.